Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest and friend to the room. He's been here so many times. He's part of the damn Breakfast Club. Ladies and gentlemen, Master P.
P.
What's up? What's up, y'all? What's up, Kevin? What's up, Charlamagne?
How you doing, King?
We see all the products already.
Where you want to start? There's so much that you're working with. Where you want to start, P?
Angela, I mean, so many people doubted me. Nobody was prepared for this pandemic 2021. And that's why I keep telling people ownership. I know being a boss is not for everybody, but product outweighs talent. So we can start with the product if you want to, because you know I got lots of product.
Okay, so let's start with the product. What's the newest product you got? I see the hootie hoos. I see
Ramen noodles.
the ramen noodles. Where you want to start, P?
You see the hootie hoos? Hold up. You see the pancakes, all this in stores now. You see the noodles.
Uh-huh.
This stuff new. You see the baking soda, you know what I'm saying?
Soda.
My homeboy was like, you know, you do a lot of cooking, you got to come up with some baking soda. So the Uncle P baking soda, the Cardi B rap snacks, the Romeos, the Big and Small. I got Chip, the Master P icon. I mean, these puffs come in this honey barbecue. So, you know, the fish fry. Come on, y'all, man. You know about this fish fry. Hold up. You know about this fish fry. This is Southern Uncle P Southern fish fry. So you ain't never tasted. This is my grandmother's recipe right here. Look, they taking over the hood. I'm taking over the grocery store.
I ain't mad at you. You know what's so funny? I had some Mia XL the rice. You had some Mia X rice?
Yes.
I had some of that.
Yes, it's good. And you see, Charlamagne, I keep telling you, I keep getting better. That's suede on these shoes right here. This thing is incredible. You know, you gotta trust the process, keep getting better with time. That's what it's about. That's the Miatis. Go to Miati.com to get there. Got the hoodie I got on is at the official Miati.com. And you know the product, Uncle P products are either at Rap Snacks. So like I said, man, product outweighs talent. That's the game changer. There's a lot of athletes and entertainers, once their careers are over, it's done. And don't be afraid to fail. I'm just telling you, when I fail forward. I'm not afraid. I done failed so many times. People say, oh, well, I don't like this. I don't like that. That's good. Keep trusting the process, fail forward, get back up, keep running. And that's what I keep doing.
Now let's start with the sneaker game. Now, you know, you were in talks to purchase Reebok. Now, how is that going? And what made you want to purchase Reebok? Let's talk about how that came to play.
Well, we don't realize that we can acquire these major companies. And how it came is about educating myself financially and knowing that I can go out and acquire these companies, put the right teams together. I'm in a process of the deal right now, but like I say, that's only one of many deals. If the deal goes through, this will be the first time Reebok will be black-owned or any major tennis shoe company. And what I want to teach this generation is about how we able to do that. I was able to do that because the bank acquired debt. And so they buy products that you could buy into the debt. And I want to teach that to the next generation. I want to teach that to my peers, and also putting the right partners and teams together to be able to approve a $2 billion check. Because once you do this deal, you have to have the money. So starting from doing multi-million-dollar deals to billion-dollar deals is nothing but going. Keep getting better with time. And it's all about educating and understanding the importance of financial literacy. And I think we don't understand that it's all about economic empowerment. I feel like with this deal, I'm able to teach my culture that we are buying into all these products, but we never get a chance to own none of the stuff that we created and built. I'm talking about as consumers, and now going from consumers to producers. And I mean, it's time for us to boss up. This pandemic has showed a lot of us that we went from workers to bosses. So just me and my partner, James Lindsay, we always about trying to find new deals and to be a part of something that we can give back to our community, because the more we make, the more we give. So I feel like this is a blessing. If this deal go through, is going to be a game changer.
What would stop the deal from going through, if anything?
Well, you know, you have other people having opportunities at the deal. So us getting a seat at the table is just incredible, but they have to accept the offer. So there's other people that have offers too. So that's what I'm saying. This is only one deal of many. We got so many other deals out there, and that's what being an entrepreneur is all about.
It would be a better look for Reebok to let a investment group that's Black and diverse purchase as opposed to just giving it to another white man.
Yes, and exactly right. Reginald Lewis said it best. Why should white guys have all the fun? And I think that we have to support and appreciate each other, knowing that we're constantly growing. Like, I never lived a perfect life. God spared my life, and it's all about doing better, growing. And I feel like my purpose is to help this generation, to help the culture, and my peers see that we could do deals of this magnitude, and it's not impossible. So I think this is going to be life-changing for us as hip hop. And if this deal don't go through, another bigger deal will come. So it just would be a loss for Reebok. It'll be a loss for Adidas if this deal don't come to us. Because it really do need a change. It need a facelift. It need to be cooler. It need more athletes involved with it. It need to be a lifestyle fashion brand. We also can help other brands. So it's not just about us. It's about bringing other people to the table in this deal, because this is a lot of people involved. But like you say, to be able to control the narrative as African Americans and have the majority of ownership, this is definitely a game changer.
Before you move on, I just want to know who else is on the team. I know I think I seen Baron Davis is with you. Who is there anybody else on there? Because as soon as I heard Reebok, I was like, damn, that'd be dope if Iverson and Shaq came along.
Okay. You know what? I reached out to Shaq, so if we could put him a part of this would be incredible, because he was a part of Reebok. Allen Iverson, we definitely want to give him his flowers in this and celebrate him in this and give him, a major piece of this in equity. So he deserved that. Everybody else are business, financial people. So this is almost there. So y'all, we're gonna know real soon.
We had a conversation the other day about supporting Black-owned businesses. And for yourself, as a Black-owned business owner, multiple businesses, do you feel like we're harder on our own kind than we are of other brands? And do you feel like people support your businesses, Black people?
Yeah, the problem is they always tell us, if it's our business, hide it. Don't let them know it's us. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I feel like it's a lot of self-hate. But I think that we are breaking through those barriers, so we're starting to realize how we're going to put economic empowerment into our communities if somebody that look like us don't own anything. We have to keep going to them, asking for help. And I'm saying we are stronger together. We are $1 trillion spending culture, but none of us have anything. And we have to change that narrative. So I think it's all about letting people know that we can do this together. And it's not just about me. It's about creating thousands of masterpieces and have thousands of them at the table, multi-millionaires and billionaires. And when I go into these grocery stores, there's nobody look like me with product. And so I'm saying right now that we are opening these doors to where it's thousands of us next. We don't just have to look at a diversity. It's about having just great product. And I think we have to trust the process with us. Like, allowing us to get better with our product. Because with Charlamagne, when we first talked, we talked about the shoes, what we did, we got better. And we also push each other. But we do have to support each other, because they support each other. They like, you know what? I'd rather do business with a white guy that I don't like than to do business with one of us. And we don't look at it like that. We live the kingpin lifestyle to where we only want to be at the top by ourselves. And we look down on everybody else. So we have to change that mentality, but it's gonna come through education. It's gonna come with us being patient with each other. And it's gonna come with one of us thinking outside the box. So when you look at Martin Luther King fought for civil rights and freedom. I feel like right now, what my purpose is letting us know that this economic empowerment is the way we change the game and change the narrative. It's the way we open up the doors for our culture to be financially successful and create wealth and not just riches, because they give us big checks. Think about it. All the big professional athletes and entertainers that you see, they're getting big checks. Imagine about the people that are paying them, what are they having? I mean, if somebody could pay you $200 million, how much wealth do you think they have?
Right.
Right.
And that's what we have to look at. We are constantly using our power to create billionaires for them, and we're not doing it for us. And I think that's where the imbalance is coming at. We're using our buying power, or we're using our we're using our fame to help create multi-billionaires for them, and we're not doing it enough for us. And that's what we have to change.
You know, P, I saw you say that in regards to Clubhouse as well, and I agreed with you. But there's some people who will say, "Well, I'm black and I have some equity in Clubhouse." What would you say to them?
How much?
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Is it really gonna make a difference? So that's what I'm saying. You're gonna get a big check, but how can you help anybody else? Because you don't own that. But the thing about it, I want people to realize the Clubhouse statement that I made is not nothing against Clubhouse. We don't even know who the owner of Clubhouse is. I've never seen him do an interview. This guy has $1 billion valuation company because of us, because of our culture. So, but the guy who started Clubhouse is Paul Davis, but we don't know that. And so we can't hold him accountable. If I had Clubhouse and now my business is evaluated at $1 billion, everybody would be looking for me to give something. We don't hold him accountable. We just be like, you know what? That's just another guy that got rich. Let's move on. That's what I'm saying. We have to change. And it's not about a black or white thing. It's a human thing. The guy who created Clubhouse is a genius. We have to start thinking bigger like that. Creating things in technology, growing, creating product that we can put back into our culture and our community. I'm talking about financial wise. Because right now, like you said, if somebody have a little equity, I'm just saying African-American people, they don't, those stocks are being eluded. So when you look at us, we have to change that narrative. We get a small little piece, but the big portion. So think about this, Charlamagne. If that company is evaluated at $1 billion and it only have a million subscribers on there. So what do you think that is evaluated in the stock world? In the stock world, that evaluation is 100 billion. So that's what you're gonna have to look at. And that's what they do. We just looking at the small piece of the game. And I'm saying, no, let us look at the bigger piece. And that's how we change that, because I'm happy for the guy who created Clubhouse, but what I'm saying to us, our culture, the ones that marketed and promoted that, we're not getting our just due, because 80% of that company was marketed by us.
A question now, I seen you kicking it with Richard Patterson, the owner of Tryon. Now, people don't know he was a designer for Tesla, created his own company. Now, are you investing in that company too, or were you just shining a light on what he was doing as being one of the first Black African-American people to create his and design his own car and his own vehicle?
So let me tell you how that happened. Me and my son Romeo, we have a TV show on YouTube. It's called MasterpieceReviews.com. And I go out and I enlighten small business and market their product. I never knew that this guy existed. And I don't think a lot of other people realize that this guy exists. This guy that did all this work for Tesla, and now he created his own car, which this guy is a genius. My thing was with my show, we market small business products and give them some light and give them some shine. And I feel like that's how we help our culture grow. When me and Romeo got there, I said, if I ever give any business a 10, we're gonna invest in it. So when we got there, I've never seen nothing like that. And the technology that this guy was able to create, I mean, he's creating so many amazing things. And I'm like, you know what? This guy got a 10. So if you get a 10 on my show, I'm willing to invest. So me, Romeo, and James Lindsay, we all invested into this new brand, which these cars are expensive, but these are supercars.
Over $1 million, yep.
Yes, but the next go round is affordable electric cars. So that's what we're looking at, to be a part of that, to help him take that to the next level. So I just can't wait. It's exciting to see a brother that looked like us to have something like that and create something else outside of just entertainment and sports. I feel like this could be a multi-billion-dollar business, and we just have to support it. We supported Bugattis, we supported Ferraris, we supported all these other companies. Now this Nemesis, the car, I think is going to be special, but I even think the SUVs and all the other exotic cars, supercars that he's coming up with, and the affordable ones is going to take our culture to the next level where we always been at the background of stuff like this and take it to the forefront. I even like the paraphernalia, like, you know, people used to wearing Ferrari shirts and getting all these emblems and keychains. I mean, this guy has amazing products. So I'm just happy to be a part of it. And me and Romeo is really like, this is incredible for us as a culture. So, and there's so many other businesses that's out there that we are finding through the show, masterpreviews.com. So we want to support these other brands. I mean, I don't found small companies from pickle companies to lemonade. I mean, but it's people that look like us that are doing big things that just need some light on.
And even if they don't get that 10 and that investment, people will still be able to see them. So that's a great way for them to have a platform for other people to know about it. And I'm sure they've seen some results just from being on the show.
Yeah, no, you know, people are waiting for a $600 stimulus check. I got people on my show, once they go on there, they're selling thousands of products. So they don't have to sit around. The pandemic has turned us into entrepreneurs. And I just think they just need that light, because these guys don't want to hand out, they want to hand up. It's some incredible entrepreneurs. And I feel like I'm a part of helping create other empires. They say that's how you can tell your success, when you can help other people create empire.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, P, how does Master P identify a good business opportunity?
Well, somebody have to be willing to invest in themselves, put some skin in the game, and love and believe in what they're doing, and passionate about it. And that's how I look at it. I mean, everything that I invest in, you have to know your business, be passionate about it, and you have to invest into what you believe in. And I changed from, you know, I started in the music industry as an entertainer, and I started realizing that product outweighs talent. And when you're investing in a product, you can take, you know, even when you're not around. If you look at the Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben rights, that's been around 130 years. And for me, people say, well, P, you know, you able to put your face on projects. Yeah, I can't do that because I own it. So, you know, when somebody believes in what they have, I know that they're going to be successful. And that's when I want to be a part of it.
It's interesting that you talk about investing into people too. And because I think going back to Clubhouse, it is harder. There might be somebody who had a similar idea or something like that, but it's not on that level because of investment. Because you think about a lot of these people in these positions where they're able to just get a round of investing or get something from family members, or they just have money themselves to invest. And that is another barrier I feel like we're facing.
Yes, you know what? And that's a sad barrier that we are facing, because the guy who owned Clubhouse, he was able to get $12 million for a startup company. I look at how can we change that narrative? How can we get hedge funds to invest in us? And me and James has created $100 million hedge fund just to invest in small business like us, to say people with great ideas, we want to be able to put money back into our community and our culture and all the great ideas that we have. But those guys do this like the snap of a finger. We looking for family and friends. But imagine that company has a greater chance at being successful. They did this in 9 months. It had $12 million to start it up. The guy who has Cookouts, I mean, they're looking for $2 million. Like, we got to stop thinking like that. Like, we got to change that narrative. I want to grab people like that and say, look, let's only not think about Black business. So when I talk about Black business, I want Black ownership, but we have to create our business to reach everybody the way they do. So that's how we change the narrative. I like Cookhouse better, to be honest with you. Yeah, I like that. I like everything about it. The only thing that I don't agree with, let's not just limit it to Blacks. Let's take Cookout and turn it to the masses, the whole world, but be owned by us. And those are the type of things I want to help our culture see. And so that's why I went for the Reebok deal. I say, you know what? Yeah, I wanna be able to be a part of the bigger picture. And that's the only way we're gonna take away the poverty, the crime in our communities, because people are frustrated. People are dying young. You look at right now in the hip hop industry, we're dying young because we're really not where we want to be at. And so we're killing each other up. And so we have to change it. The only way we're going to change that is through economic empowerment. You know, we get in the streets, we march, we did all this stuff, but we had no plan. Where's the plan of action? And the plan of action is through economic empowerment. But we got to make product for the masses.
And I think we're also scared, like you said, about failing forward. But for some people, they put all their money and finances into something, and failure can't be an option because that might be, you know, some people can go ahead and fail and then just get another loan from the bank. But then other people are like, I already raised money through my GoFundMe from my family members. If this doesn't work out, what am I going to do? And it's harder because of that too, I feel.
So you know what success is? Success is being consistent. And people don't realize you just have to keep going. Even when the haters stop you saying negative things, or they don't like your product, they don't like you, you have to keep going. It's about consistency. When you look at McDonald's, what is McDonald's selling? Consistency. So you just have to keep growing. You know, you can't worry about the naysayers. I mean, for me, that fuels me. That makes me go. That get me ready to, like, you know what? Let me go show them. Everybody that said I could do something, think about it. Everybody that just depended on the music industry or the entertainment industry, this pandemic has showed us when that shut down, nobody could do no shows, nobody can. So now the money has shut down in hip hop. But for me, I kept going. You know, so when I look at even the noodles, create noodles, it's like we've been buying this forever. This is a multi-billion-dollar business, but we don't control none of this because all we do is buy. None of us never thought about owning something like this. And I said to myself is, we're gonna be able to change the game. We just got Rick Ross aboard, so we got a Rick Ross noodles coming. And we just keep getting better. And we're gonna keep finding those things to get better. And I just hope that the culture trusts the process and let us grow so we'll be able to take care of us instead of sitting around waiting for somebody to give us an opportunity. I tell my kids, go out and take your opportunity. Don't sit around. Don't just think because you Master P son or Master P daughter. No, you got to work even harder. And what I love about my kids, both of my sons play basketball, one in the 9th grade, one in the 12th grade. The one is about to get ready to go to college. But what I love that he said, I said, well, what makes you go so hard? Because he played like a beast. He like a killer on the court. He said, Dad, I got to protect my family name. And that's what makes me proud. But what I love, they A students. So I'm teaching my kids how to be educated in the importance of education, in the importance of wisdom, and you over money. Because I could lose money all the time. Anybody can lose money. But when you got $1 billion worth of knowledge, you're going to keep getting up. You're going to keep chasing that dream. And when you fail, you're not going to worry about it because you know that you are diversifying your portfolio. So that's what I want the world to see. So when they see these Hootie cereals, you know, we've been buying Kellogg's our whole life, but where's that coming back to us? And that's what I was saying about the Clubhouse thing. You know, we're not holding them accountable to help our culture and our community. And so that's why we should support these brands that we are making and other brands that people that look like us are creating. So we could balance it off.
Now, what can people do to make sure that they have a lot of your brands in these stores? I know making the brands is difficult, but also getting into these stores is also difficult. So how can we make sure people come and support you that, you know, we can find Hootie Hoos in Stop and Shop or BJ's or Sam's Club or Costco? Like, how do we make sure that we can see these brands in the different stores?
Yeah, you know what? Just go and ask for it. People start asking for my product. They start asking for the fish fry. Now we coming with chicken fry. They start asking for it in Kroger's. And then Kroger's called us to get it in. They start asking for it in Walmart. Keep doing that. I appreciate y'all the support. They start going into the 7-Elevens. They start going into the mom and pop stores. And that just made them have to start buying our product because our product is bringing our culture into these stores and they're buying other products. And I think that's the great thing about this, that when we go and support each other, because for us, the more we make, the more we give. My mission with this is temporary success. You can't take this with you. And I feel like while I'm here, I want to make an implant on this world. And like I said, this is temporary success for us. And but I do want to be able to pass down generational wealth because we never done that. We come from a poor culture, and thanks to everybody that's going into the stores. We're about supporting the youth for education, and we're about supporting the elderly, feeding the elderly. So that's where my passion and my heart is. So yeah, the more we make, the more we get. When you buy our brand, we put money back into the community.
Hey, P, I want to ask you, when it comes to ownership, does 100% ownership matter? Like if Kellogg said, we want to partner with you, P, on your Hootie Hoo cereal, but we want 40% ownership or 49%, would you do that?
Yeah, because if I could own 51% and we could get this into more places, then, that's the being able to control the narrative. You're going to have to open up for us to make this reach the masses. We're going to have to do some type of distribution with somebody. But long as we can control what our product are doing, that's what my mindset is, being able to control it and have the majority of the ownership in business. So you're going to have to bring other people to the table to make this bigger.
Yeah, I don't think some people understand that, because people talk about ownership, but it's like, yo, you can own 100% of nothing.
Yeah, you know what? And 100% of nothing, that means you has nothing. But 51% of $1 trillion is what? And that's what we got to think, change that mindset. But also being a boss is not for everybody, Charlamagne. So I'm not telling everybody out there that you have to own a company and be a boss, because you do need workers. So at the same time, but with every company is like a car. You got the starter, you got the engine, you got the battery, you got all these different pieces. So everybody could be a leader in that system. And so I built my company like a team. Basketball has changed my life and saved my life. And it's like, be a part of the team. I got so many great people on my team, and that's what I look at. And I tell everybody don't have to be at the forefront. So just be a part of the team and play your role, because some people don't like to play their role. So being a boss and being an owner of a company, you got to make decisions. You got to make sure people have stuff before you. You have to take care of everybody that's on your team. So yeah, no, you don't have to have 100%. If you control 51%, then you can control the narrative.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people also have these companies to sell them too. People will build up a company with the intention of, when it gets to this point and it's worth this much money, I'm selling it and I'm going to take that money and invest in some more things.
And nothing is wrong with that, having a plan of action. And that's what I'm saying, knowing that that's what they do all the time. They build companies up and sell it, move on to something else. And that's what life is about. Like I said, all this is temporary success anyway. So why not build something up and come up with something else and create something else, long as we able to put wealth back into our culture and our community. I mean, that's what it's about for me.
When you talk about the Master P review show on YouTube, do businesses have to be at a certain stage of development before you review?
No, you just have to have finished product.
Okay.
Finished product.
And how can they get in contact with you?
I might have to be on an episode of that.
Yes, you know what? I need you. I need you to be a genie on my episode, for real. Like, I need you. So we're gonna hook that up. But how they can get in contact with us for their product, go to masterpreviews.com and send their product there.
All right. Well, P,
Hey, P, I got one last question for P. P, this one last question. What are some of the risks that people don't see in regards to you being an entrepreneur?
Well, people don't see the risk that you can lose it all. People don't see you're gonna lose sleep. I go to bed late. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Everybody has 24 hours. If you don't invest your time wisely, you're gonna lose at this. If you don't invest your money wisely, you're gonna lose. You are your most important investment. And when you take a risk, invest in people. because the people is what's gonna drive. Like if you look at with me, you talk about No Limit, you talk about P. Miller Enterprises. I created an enterprise because I drive the ship, and I'm not afraid to fail. So, and I'm not afraid to take risks. And so the most important thing is have a purpose. Like, don't do nothing for money. A lot of people get into things for money. I say your character is built on integrity. So if you don't have integrity, you're gonna be taking all kind of risks just to do anything because you just want to pay a bill. I turned down money. I had to let friends go. I had to let family members go. Not out of my life, just out of my business.
Right.
And so that's the risk you take to losing people that you love and care about. But everybody is not to be a part of the business journey. And like I said, having a purpose is gonna outweigh the risk, because no matter how long it takes or how risky it look, that one-time payoff is gonna change what you thought that hurt it 1,000 times. The guy that created the light bulb, he failed 1,000 times. The guy that created Google, the guy that created Amazon, those guys failed so many times. Me, myself, I failed so many times before No Limit sold 100 million records. So don't be afraid to take that risk, but knowing when you're taking that risk, you gambling on your future, because most people would rather take it the easy way. But don't be afraid to be uncomfortable, because being uncomfortable is what's gonna change your life and get you to your dreams and your goals. And people always think like you should get up and worry about success. No, you should let success come to you. Get out and do what you love to do, and success will come. People will follow you for your talent. So I think that's what life is about. Every day, I live life thinking that it's a blessing. God let me wake up in the morning. I got another chance to breathe, to walk this earth, that I'm gonna figure out something. So if you could get past that, it's the little things. And so everybody always talk about, love and being happy. You have to make yourself happy before somebody else can make you happy. So that's what I do in my business. I say, you know what? This is all about me. In the end, this is what people gonna remember. When you go back, Charlamagne, and say, you know what? Master P created a multi-billion-dollar shoe company. Master P created a multi-billion-dollar product, food, grocery store products, and put that on shelves where it was diversity, where nobody thought that we could do this. They did this in the 1960s and the 1970s. Why we can't create product and be able to put it on grocery store shelves as African Americans in the 21st century? So I think the power of words, we knock ourselves out the game because we're afraid, and we already, like I said, we already tell ourselves that we can't hit a home run, but we don't even swing at the ball. So I tell people, I'm just get up and swing. So that's the risk I'm gonna take. Every time I'm gonna swing, I'm gonna knock something out the park. Even though I can close my eyes, I'm gonna hit something because I'm gonna keep swinging.
Right.
I just had one last thing I wanted to say. Last time you were on the show in person, we talked about people being critical of things not being so healthy. And I see you've been working out every single day.
Yeah.
So are you thinking about some health conscious things and lower sodium? Because I remember you said people were like, oh, well, this has salt in it.
Yeah, so you know what? That's what I've been doing. I'm definitely on my health kick, and we have to trust the process that is coming. But it's even harder to get those products into the stores. So we're working on that now. And that's what I tell people all the time. Yeah, we conscious of it. We've been creating product for these different reasons. And I think that God has blessed us, and we're going to be able to put out product in the future for everybody that want to eat healthy too.
Word.
Well, thank you, Pete, for checking in. We appreciate you, and good luck with everything.
Always
Yes.
a pleasure, my G.
Thank you.
Thank you.